And now we have a young man who Robert and I discovered, and we're very proud of him. He's quite brilliant, and I think he's a real comer. And he has a book that's coming out shortly. He's so young, and he's so deep. Well, Michael Rose, if I haven't embarrassed the shit out of you, please grace us with your brilliance.
Thank you. You did successfully embarrass me. All right. I'm gonna read something that's supposed to be a villanelle, but we'll see. It's called "On the Spirit of Words." I imagine myself without the know-how to find the words, without a well to dip my fingertips like buckets into deep dreams of wells. I am sitting here in a chair with no more than a few inspired words, dervishes of swirling lights of words. But I drop my hands. I am captive in my golden chest. I hurl it. I rummage from within it. I search for diamonds in that golden palpitation, ventilating like a wishing military jet. And the dirt there, it sets much like a sun does set, like a stirring mold or a fog, roamingly. And that dirt is metamorphized into letters, and the letters quench the inmost seams of my most inmoist holes. The dirt inside my ribs turns to mud, and then becomes so hard that wing-flapping little birds shortly do, and shortly will become like a good vinegar, sweet and bitter, and sour all at once, and will to build upward like city dwellers will, dwell to build cages, changes in pages like millers, civilizations and writers dwell to do, and fly high when ready for bigger worlds, types of worlds which remain without the restrictions of skeletal beams, it seems. And so these same sweet birds, slow and sweet as molasses then, metamorphise into my breath and feel at that juncture as unfurled as my spirit right now feels unwhirled. This unwhirling is the succinctest definition of my spirit. It ascends to sky alongside of dogged leashless roams of herds, heads pointed up to the tip of some mountaintop in the wintry wilderness of poetic form. I tell you, will metamorphise it, with fullest and big-bellied intention, into steam, and make these animal roams more intangible to me than my spirit and its karmic ascent to a Himalayan mountain temple, wherein I am ample, and my interior steams as lurid as a leery lurid light, herded and unherded, sweetly unherded, unknotted sleepily by the sleepwalking goddess of the moonlight. Yes, I search for a word I must confine with nails, with guards, with boards. This is so that I may keep that word in eternity, so that I may maintain it in low meager gleams, in the slowest death release, slow like the mirrors of light, fading out in the final sarcophagal bed chambers of kings of Egypt. That long eternal vault that stirs in the cosmos, cosmically stirs and stirs. Stirs like a blue and red starry soup. The poems or my breath, they likewise do stir. And they keep their wet ink wet and far and home and away from herds that do not roam as animaling herds. Roves of scholars of men who wish to bridge with flaky black slate the infiniteness of my dreams of wells. And so as I began, I imagined myself without the know-how to find those plum red wheelbarrow words. For I am here sitting in a chair with only the spirit of myself, hewn out at the expense of all others in their own holy turns. can load this. All right, here we go. It's called The Poet's Lamentation. I do a lot of meta-poetics, so I apologize in advance. A Poet's Lamentation. A million pages, slats and pins, covers and supine bindings explode from shelves like colored leaves of fall crawling down, then up crooked suburban streets like dancing dunes of deserts. I stoop in poetic lamentation. I stoop, and dying insects slowly slink, go greet narrow pathways of quiet ears, keep beds, house ungrateful breaths in waxy caves. There in fuzzy orange mosses they finally endure a good sleep and feel fall. Moonbeams reach into the openings. A cafe mixes jazz and pop tunes. The bugs breach the impassable trench between time and a literary turpentine. Birds lap lightly, lowly, holy. I do not glow. Radiant rafters, sunlit, softly cast fading flight upon slow folding river dreams. Asters float freely, glimpse the looming lips of winter. Birds lap lightly, lowly, holy, glow. Golden sunlit rafters set. Tiring birds fly, land, and depart. Fly, land, and depart like flowers wilting within a vase. The solace of sun echoes, fecund, in humid wave-swept halls. Sodden star ladders lean between earth and moon, lean weightless in between the moons, grow bridgeless in between the earths. Slow, I walk onto docks disheveled, drunken, sweeping city streets, permeate all sense of truth nestling in the world that I have for a year fast flown fearfully from. In dusk-laden mirror world at 7, beside deep galactic twinkling, I am 2 million visions of self, exchanging eyes with 2 million voices of self. I am many contents without the yellow skin of moon, whimpers within the hills' winds, vocals hung without local guts, echoes fast erupting, irresponsibly flopping free, filling mental gourds with ethereal, unholy lords. I trick you, hollow and criminal, but wish to flower under, down under, like a knife of a Zen butcher, through the flesh to the bone through the flesh. This acute slayer knows the truth, thinks I, weaves a cleaver in and out of God's inners like a good writer heaves buckets of verbs, emergent winnows of cindering ink, fishing, nets poised on an electric-powered boat.